I think most people know me. I'm Alan Habiak, President and Manager of the Middlesex County Fair. I want to thank everyone for being here. This is our 84th fair. So we've been around for a little while. Right now, I'd like to call on the Middlesex County Sheriff's Office, the Honor Guard, to present the flag.
Forward, march! Left, right. Left, right. Left. Keep it. Halt. Left, right. Present color.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you'd remain standing for the national anthem sung by Marissa Soares.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order! Halt!
Hi everyone, my name is Anirudh,
And my name's Sagar.
and we are both ambassadors for the Middlesex County 4-H program. So to introduce the fair, we will be saying the 4-H pledge, and feel free to join along with us.
Alright, so I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living. For my club, my community, my country, and my world. To make the best better.
Forward, march! Left, right. Left, right. Left, right.
Okay, I would like everyone just to take a moment of silence to pray for those who have passed this past year. One person that was very close to many of our farmers was Rudy Wellnitz.
President Allen spoke about his being involved in this a long time, and I was privileged to be a substitute teacher at South Brunswick High School when he was there as a student. And I got to tell you, he was destined to be a president of an organization like this and a lifetime farmer. And from what I knew of him then, now I'm going to tell something that expresses an opinion, and probably if you had a vote, people would agree. He was the kind of a fella that every family said, man, we wish he was our son-in-law. He was that kind of a guy. And he's a genuine article, and it's a privilege to be able to thank him. Thank you, Alan, for letting me continue to do this after all these years. This prayer takes into account kind of a little bit of what we've experienced with the problems the country's had with the pandemic and all the other things that are going on, and you'll catch a little of that in there. But the positives that we just heard from the 4-H people as a start, that ought to set the tone for what this day and the next 6.5 days will be about. So we were privileged for what they just said and expressed to us. Let us pray. Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, we offer thanks to you for this time when we come together to count our many blessings and rededicate ourselves to the traditions of rural life in the America that we share. Bless us all, we pray, as we celebrate the lives which have been dedicated to agriculture, to family, community, and to spiritual endeavors. We recognize that their wisdom, labor, and often their sacrifices provide the food which comes to our tables and which also feeds much of the world. Today we honor 2 of these remarkable people who have made their mark among their neighbors here at the Middlesex County Fair, in their communities, and in the agricultural world. We are blessed to have Farmer of the Year Bill Siegel, Volunteer of the Year Dave Barclay with us today. We honor them and their families and pray for your continued blessing upon them. Father, once again we invoke your presence and your healing and peace-giving in a broken world which is so often divided and violent, an inappropriate home for mankind. May the dedicated volunteers, the men and women and young people we meet here at the fair, continue to exemplify the very best of community life, of hard work, and of compassionate neighborliness. Help us all to share the best of our gifts and to live faithfully to your calling. In your holy name, amen.
Thank you very much, Rev. You said too much. But I'd like to introduce the people that help me put this on every year. The other trustees and some fair officials. If everyone would be seated. I don't know if John was able to make it yet. John Hauser, he's our vice president, because he didn't make it. Jim Etch. Andrew Clark. Dave Chagnon. Jerry Paulett. Kathleen Donahue. New members, Mike Pocolino. Michelle Burlew also. Our fair officials, Marianne Pollock, she's our secretary treasurer. Mary Lou Conover is our concessions manager. Walt Stanley is our grounds manager. Besides being a trustee, Michelle Burlew is also our office manager. And Lita Martin is our entertainment chair. Without the help of them, this would never happen. And we have many other volunteers. I can't name everybody else who helps us make this one of the best fairs in the state. I'd like now to introduce Assemblyman Stanley from District 18.
We've been living here since 2000, 22 years, and I've been bringing my kids to the fair here since they were born, and they love coming here. They get the weekly passes to go on all the rides with their friends, and they'll probably be here throughout the week. And I hope this fair brings the joy that it brought to my family to you as well. And I extend everyone a hearty welcome to this fair. And this is a great organization that puts it on. You said this is 84 years this been going on? So when did you start? Like when you were 20 years old, you started this fair? But honestly, this is a great event, and I'm so happy that East Brunswick is hosting this every year. This is a great place for everyone to come and congregate. And I really hope that everyone enjoys everything that this fair has to offer. Thank you.
I'd also like to introduce some of the county commissioners who were able to make it tonight. Charlie Tomaro. County Commissioner Barber. County Commissioners Santinaro. County Commissioner Chanelle Scott. And Sheriff Mildred Scott. I'd like to introduce Mayor Brad Cohen.
Well, good evening, and of course, welcome here to East Brunswick. We are thrilled as always to be the host community for the Middlesex County Fair. I think we all look pretty good for '84, so we've been doing this for a long time. Just joking. I do want to introduce our council members who are here with us today. Council Vice President Kevin McAvoy, Councilwoman Sharon Sullivan, Councilman Dinesh Bahal, and Councilwoman Dana Zimbicki. I do think it's a tremendous tribute to New Jersey that we have such a strong agricultural community, because as most of us know, our history as a state has been to adapt to changes that occur around us as time moves forward. And many probably recognize that after the 1900s, we moved from an agricultural society more to an industrial one, and we became dotted with factories. And then in the 50s and 60s and 70s, we saw people moving into Jersey. We moved away from that and moved more towards the commercial businesses and malls and all of that. And even now we're going through another change as that moves away from the malls that move away and the commercial buildings, and more of an experiential or entertainment type of corridor that we're becoming. But what we have never forgotten as New Jersey residents is our roots. Our roots are still rural agrarian roots. That's what we come from. And while the factories may have gone away and the industrial buildings went away and the commercial buildings went away and even malls are starting to go away, but what hasn't gone away is our commitment to the land. That dates back to our founding fathers. Even George Washington said that he would rather be found on his farm than be emperor of the world. So congratulations to everybody that puts this fair together, because it reminds us of where we came from and what's important in life. Thanks to the agricultural community for keeping us grounded in who we are. So thank you for everyone involved in this entire fair.
Well, I have the delight of welcoming you all and thanking you all for being here. This event is a great expression of all the volunteerism and the activism to really build community. As part of Rutgers Cooperative Extension, 4-H is an amazing resource for young people. How many people in the audience are 4-H? Excellent. And I hope you encourage others as well and go and visit some of the exhibits, because you will see young people and alumni of 4-H really proud of the work that they do and the leadership that they are giving to their community. As part of this event, I also want to thank the commissioners and our elected officials. Without them, this kind of event would not be possible. And I want to thank all of the volunteers who are ranging on the side, making sure everything is working well, and without them, we wouldn't have this wonderful night. So thank you.
I'd now like to introduce the Volunteer of the Year, Bill Siegel.
I only came up here because when I heard the fair's been in existence for 84 years, I've been involved for 65 years of those 84. So thank you. Tonight I'm here to represent the community of volunteers who make up the backbone of the fair. And just to thank Mr. Habiak and his committee for at least recognizing them each year. Thank you, Mr. Habiak. The trustees of the Middlesex County Fair Association proudly confer the honor of Volunteer of the Year upon Will Siegel for his tireless efforts in support of the Middlesex County Fair, August 1st, 22. Thank you.
Again, welcome to the 84th Annual Middlesex County Fair. My name is Chanelle McCullum. I'm one of your Middlesex County Commissioners, and on behalf of the entire board, if you could just please stand. Today we have, you already heard, Commissioner Claria Scona-Barber, Deputy Director Shanti Nara, and Commissioner Charlie Kenny. Charlie Tomaro. Thank you, Sharon. Another Charlie, right? So we'd like to welcome you here this evening. I have to have the fortune, let me take my mask off, it might be a little bit easier, to be the liaison for the agricultural community. You've heard that this fair has been on for 84 years. I have had the pleasure as a child to attend this fair. If you take a look around you, we have grandparents, we have parents, we have teenagers, we have children, multi-generations here who have the opportunity to experience this fair. And I, again, because of my mother, who happens to be the sheriff of Middlesex County, have been coming to this fair. I'm 55 years old. So you heard Bill say he's been in charge for 65 years here, so I'm 55. There's a lot of people who had the opportunity to experience this fair over the years. We actually welcome and we want to thank the volunteers who have volunteered their time and the local businesses from this year and years past for all of your time and energy and the effort that you have put in. You have done so much to bring this community together, right? And we've all been separated for the last couple of years. This is the second year since COVID actually came down upon us that we've had an opportunity to come together. So it's really good to see everyone out here. So don't only come out tonight, right? This is our first night here, but we're asking you to come out again. The fair will be here through this coming Sunday. So now I can acknowledge Bill, who is our Master Gardener of the Year. I have had the opportunity to actually visit Davidson Park. And when I tell you, the first time I ever went there, I was extremely, I just was like overwhelmed, to be honest with you. The amount of work that the volunteers put in, the effort to do what it is that you guys do every day, so thank you. And I'm gonna allow, okay, so let me just read the proclamation. Whereas it has come to the attention of the Middlesex County Board of Commissioners that the Middlesex County Fair Association has selected Will Siegel as the 2022 Middlesex County Volunteer of the Year. Will Siegel volunteers as the gate selling admission tickets, and whereas Will Siegel is a master gardener and does all the plantings for the fair. Whereas the Middlesex County Fair relies on a network of dedicated volunteers that help make each year a success, such as Will Siegel. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now I'd like to introduce the Farmer of the Year, Dave Barclay.
Well, congratulations, Dave. My name is Bill Lubick. I'm the county agricultural agent, and I just want to really wholeheartedly congratulate Dave for all his work over the years and helping us out on a lot of projects, and Chamberlain and Barclay being such a wonderful resource for all the farmers in Middlesex County. A lot of people don't think about the fact that if we didn't have those resources, we wouldn't be able to function. And we have so many wonderful volunteers that put this program together. But we appreciate all that you have done over the years and all the contributions that you've made. So we really want to wholeheartedly congratulate you for all of your hard work over the years and everything you've done to contribute to Middlesex County's success and all of our growers. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I would just like to thank the board for nominating me for this award. I know a lot of guys out here, a lot of my farmers for 42 years, so wholeheartedly I thank you, and we'll see you guys around. I'll be around.
Let me just read the plaque. Upon the recommendation of the Middlesex County Board of Agriculture, the distinction of Farmer of the Year is conferred upon David Barclay by the Middlesex County Fair Association, August 1st, 2022.
Stay right there, Dave. First of all, let's hear it for the farmers, because they work 7 days a week, making sure that you have food on your table. And not only do they make sure you have food on the table, but they also help the ones who are food insecure by donating a lot of food to the people who really need it. And we want to thank you, farmers, for continuing that program. They're helping the people who really need it. I get the pleasure to read David's resolution from the county. Whereas it's come to the attention of the Middlesex County Board of Commissioners that Middlesex County Fair Association has selected David Barclay as the 2022 Middlesex County Farmer of the Year. Whereas David Barclay was born into a farming family in Cranberry, New Jersey, and he started working at his father's farm when he was 11. What did you do for the first 10 years?
I'm ready to work for you.
Okay. Whereas David graduated from Brandywine College and started working full-time at Chamberlain Barclay, where he started out driving in delivery trucks. And whereas David learned the business from the ground up, interacting with all the customers and providing a foundation for managing the business. David became president of Chamberlain Barclay, and in the mid-90s when his father took a step back and from running the business. For over 40 years, David worked tirelessly to service the farmers and distributors from Maryland to New York. So on behalf of the county commissioners, I want to congratulate you for being Farmer of the Year and keep up the great work.
Thank you. Thanks. I just have one other comment. I just want to say it's a pleasure to work with Bill Lubrick, who's the director of the Cooperative Extension. Him and his team do a great job. If you have not had the opportunity, I encourage you to go out to Davidson Park. It is amazing what they've done out there. If you like butterflies, they have a butterfly park. If you're interested in becoming a gardener, they have a beginner farmers program, right? They show you how to write grants so that you can get money, right? We have a lot of farmers, but some of our farmers are getting older, and we have to keep up the agriculture in the community. And in order to do so, we have to learn. So please feel free to reach out to Bill Lubick and his team. They do a great job out there, and they're looking for volunteers. So if you have time, please reach out to Bill. Thank you.
I just want to say a couple words. First off, I want to thank the commissioners for being here and thank our dean for coming today, because it's wonderful to have all you guys. And especially a big thank you to all of our volunteers. We have the most amazing volunteers and the most progressive farmers in the state of New Jersey. I want to tell you that one thing that we've been blessed with in Middlesex County is we have a lot of leaders in our county. And many of the programs, the only reason that I can do those programs through Cooperative Extension and through the support from the county is because of the fact that we have people that are true leaders. We still have 217 farms left in Middlesex County, over 16,000 acres. And in our new beginner farmer program, we have over 80 students signed up. So we're very fortunate to have a lot of people that are really excited about becoming farmers. And they learn a lot from the current farmers that we have because they go out there and learn from the best. So I just want to also, one of the things that Commissioner Tomaro mentioned was the Farmers Against Hunger program. Our growers were responsible for not only starting that program, the Farmers Against Hunger, but keeping it going when all the support was going to be cut from that. So I thank Jim Maurice, Jim Etch, the whole group of our growers that actually really fought to keep those programs going. And they really have their heart and soul looking out for the community. So how about a big round of applause for all of our farmers? Thank you very much, Alan.
Again, I'd like to thank the commissioners for everything they do for the Middlesex County Fair Association. Thank you. I'd like to introduce John Hauser. He's going to present a few scholarships for us.
Thank you all for coming out here this evening. It gives me great pleasure to take the opportunity to reward some of our students in the county here. It's all made possible by the tier system that's here that all helps join together here. We start with the commissioners up here at the top of the level with the county here, and they bring forth to us a lot of resources, whether it's equipment that we borrow from them or it's personnel. And then we go down to the East Brunswick Township there. We get their help with the police and security around here. And then we have the volunteers. Our whole board of directors are all volunteers. There's many volunteers on the 4-H side over there. Plenty of volunteers that we count on to do help all around the fair, between ticket collecting and all these things. But all this effort together helps us to make some money from the fair each year, and we like to distribute that. So each year, randomly, we pick 2 schools within our county, and we give out a $1,000 scholarship to each one of the schools. The schools pick the recipient, and I'd like to announce the schools right now and the recipient. Our first recipient is Celeste Couperet from South Plainfield High School. Can you come up? Celeste, on behalf of the Middlesex County Fair, we'd like to give you $1,000 to continue with your education or whatever you choose to do there. Just say a few words.
I just want to say thank you to the Middlesex County Fair Association for granting me this scholarship. It will go to good use as I am attending TCNJ in the fall to study elementary education. So, thank you.
Our next recipient is from Perth Amboy High School. We have Yeshia Chico, and again, I'd like to present you with $1,000 to continue with your education. Say a couple words.
I would like to thank everyone, also the Middlesex County Association and everyone here who's able to make this possible. Thank you very much.
Now, if Laura Bovitz, our Middlesex County 4-H agent, would please come up.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Middlesex County Fair. I'm Laura Bovitz, I run the 4-H program, and I am not going to admit how many years I've been here, but it's a really significant amount, not 84, definitely not. But on behalf of 4-H, I want to thank the Fair Association for all the things that they do for us. We know we drive them crazy a little bit with some last minute requests. Yes, I didn't forget, today was a little crazy. I want to thank the county commissioners for always supporting us. We always say in Middlesex County we have the best group, they're the most supportive. And also Dean Lawson and the Cooperative Extension Administration for always supporting us. We're very lucky, and we really feel that the whole cooperative extension model is a positive that we have. So if you can indulge me for a couple minutes, I just want to tell you why I want you to come down to the other end of the fair and visit 4-H. And I've been here for a very long time, and I think the experience that we've had over the past 2.5 years made me understand even why I feel more strongly about why 4-H is such an important experience for kids. I think a lot of people see 4-H as the things that kids do. You go down to the other end, you see kids riding horses, you see kids racing RC cars, dancing, raising animals, shooting at archery, and a variety of things. Yes, that's what they do. That's their project. That's the thing that gives them the spark, that gives them the interest, and sometimes the career path to follow. But it's not the only part of 4-H. The thing that makes 4-H unique is the experiences that they have and the life skills that they learn. And talk to any 4-H'er and you will be impressed. They're excellent at public speaking. They've had an opportunity to develop confidence, leadership skills, and a sense of community by giving back to the community. But the past 2.5 years have taught us that one of the things that is most important for people is connection. And a lot of that was lost when our 4-H'ers at a very critical time in their life had to stay home and be away from their friends. Now, so for some of our teenagers, they found ways to stay in touch. And we have a display down at the 4-H end in our exhibit tent called In Their Own Words. And if you read some of the things the 4-H'ers say, you'll understand that some of them did well through the pandemic, and some of them really were a little bit nervous about how it's going to affect them. I have seen an effect on kids that were younger and weren't able to have those experiences at school that most people do. So the one thing that 4-H provides, and we were able to provide it virtually, was a sense of connection and a sense of belonging, and a sense where when you come into this group, you're accepted, you're part of a family, and you develop the confidence that you need to go anywhere and feel good about yourself and succeed. And that's something that I am honored to be a part of. And the two that are here with us today receiving the scholarship were perfect examples of that. I've known both of them since they were really little, and I honestly feel cheated out of the past couple of years with some of the 4-Hers that are graduating or graduated last year, because I didn't really get to spend the time with them that I like to. But the two that are here, Cade and Angel, are examples of people that started out really little, very quiet in the program, and never really were the people that were out in the limelight, but they were more an example of quiet leadership. I don't know if that's a real term, but it's something I started saying a couple years ago. And what that means to me is the people that are consistent and dedicated and set a good example for others, and they don't always have to be the ones standing in front of the group and telling people what to do, but they're always there, and people look up to them because they set that standard. So for Cade and Angel, I want to congratulate them. It was an easy choice to pick you because you both have been so consistent for your whole 4-H career, and I want to congratulate you. So we're going to present you with your check, and I'm just going to ask you to introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're doing in the future. And please come down the other end of the fair after you try all the really good food down here, and come visit us, and we'd love to welcome you to our end of the fair.
Catherine? It's all you.
Hi, I'm Cade Williams, and in the future I will be attending NJIT, and I will be majoring in forensic science.
Angel?
Hi, my name's Angel, and in the future I would like to become an educator for special ed elementary school students. And in order to pursue this goal, I want to go to Middlesex for 2 years and then go to a college for education.
Thank you very much. I'd now like to introduce Joyce Chagnon. She's from the Farm Bureau Women's Leadership.
My name is Joyce Chagnon. I'm also a member of the Board of Directors of Women Aware. Women Aware is a not-for-profit advisor group that serves Middlesex County victims of domestic violence and their families, helping them to move beyond abuse. So it's my honor to introduce Sue Dyckman, who's the director at Women Aware, to accept the very generous donation from the Middlesex County Fair.
Susan, here's a check for $5,000.
Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to represent Women Aware this evening. Women Aware serves about 2,000 survivors of domestic violence and their children every year. And we are only able to do that because of the community support that we get. And like so many of the other people who've received things this evening, that starts from the top down with the commissioners. And now we are so thankful to the Farm Association for this amazing gift. It will be put to very good use. Our services range from crisis intervention all the way through to providing support for survivors to achieve long-term independent living. So on behalf of my team, and a big thank you from the survivors that this will help, thank you so much and have a great evening.
I'd now like to introduce Kylie Nainer. She's of the Middlesex County Vocational School, Future Farmers of America in East Brunswick chapter. Also a $5,000 donation.
Thank you guys very much. This means a lot to not only myself, but also to the program. So I do have 2 chapter officers here tonight. I'm going to call them up and they have a couple words to say. But we did have a very successful year this past year. The current state Vice President is also in attendance tonight. She just graduated from our program, so Lorianne, if you could raise your hand real quick here in the front. So she is serving the state as the Vice President this year. Uresi Nunez is our President for the upcoming school year, and Lily Clemens is our Vice President for the upcoming school year.
Hi, I'm Uresi Nunez, and I would like to thank you so much for this check. As the president of the Middlesex East Brunswick FFA chapter, I am glad to receive this money that will help some members attend national convention and that will be invested into our FFA chapter for us to attend many other FFA events. We truly appreciate this gift, and we thank you so much for supporting our FFA chapter. We hope that you can keep supporting our FFA chapter as we continue to grow. We assure you that we will encourage FFA members to be active in FFA, and we will do our best to represent our county, Middlesex, in East Brunswick.
I'd like to thank everyone for being here. I also just want to thank, I did mention it a little bit earlier, all the volunteers for their hard work, but also special thanks to the rescue squads and fire companies who are here volunteering. Go out and enjoy the fair.